This is the story of a world where the bigger your number is, the more respect you receive. And if your number is 0, you are considered completely worthless. One day in class, number 9 threw a paper airplane, but the entire class falsely accused number 0. Without asking a single question, the teacher brutally beat him in front of everyone. In this world, being a 0 was the greatest curse of all. One day, some classmates invited him to jump rope. He happily went over to them, but the very next moment, they tied him to a tree and started making fun of him. Even the school janitor, who was his closest friend, refused to help him because he belonged to a higher rank. That day, the boy realized that no one would stand by him when he was in trouble. Years later, he grew up and went looking for a job. He believed that hard work would earn him a good position, but the employer shoved him to the ground and tossed him 2 coins as if he were a beggar. The boy gave those 2 coins to another 0, who was even poorer than he was. One night, while he was sitting alone, a heavy rain suddenly began to fall. Just then, he heard a girl screaming for help. He saw a group of thugs harassing her. He courageously tried to scare them away, but instead, he was caught and beaten badly. At that moment, a girl who was also number 0 arrived. She bandaged his wounds. Touched by her kindness, the boy fell in love with her. The two secretly met, walked hand in hand, and sometimes searched through the trash for food. But whenever someone came near, they pretended not to know each other because, in this world, even 2 zeros falling in love was considered a crime. Sometime later, the authorities discovered their relationship. The girl was brutally thrown to the ground, and the boy was locked inside a dark prison. He believed he would never be free again, so he carved the girl's portrait into the prison wall. It became his only reason to keep living. Several months passed. One day, he saw the same girl through the prison window. She told him that she was pregnant. Hearing this made him both happy and heartbroken, because the villagers had already found out. People mocked and humiliated the girl. Overwhelmed by the emotional stress, she collapsed and went into labor. She cried out for help, but no one came to her aid. Even the doctor stood there watching as if it were a spectacle. From inside the prison, the boy watched everything in agony. Then, all of a sudden, the expressions on everyone's faces changed. They dropped to their knees in complete shock. At that very moment, the prison door opened. The girl walked toward him carrying 2 babies marked with the infinity symbol in her arms. At last, the 2 of them were reunited, and from that day on, they lived happily together forever.